Should I wear a shirt that like doesn't have paint on it? Do I have a shirt that doesn't have paint on it? Ah, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Hello, how are you? That was a loud one, sorry about it. If you're new here to the channel, welcome. My name is Creality. We do fun art stuff here. If you've been here, hey, thanks for coming back. You're looking good. Did you do something different with your hair? It's looking great. I can tell. Thanks for coming back. I really appreciate that. Sorry, this video is a little run and gun. I don't really have a lot like prepared for it or anything. I actually started filming this video like 2 months ago and just never really got around to finishing it because I was in the process of like moving into my new apartment and stuff, which is where we are right now. Part of this video is actually filmed in my parents' garage where I was working, but yeah, we are here now. This video is kind of giving you guys like an honest viewpoint on if it's really as easy to get into 3D printing as people say it is. Like I was watching videos and people were saying, you know, it's really not that hard to get into 3D printing nowadays. And I was skeptical, and so this video is kind of to see about that, see if it really is as easy as they say. So yeah, like I said, I bought this 3D printer like 2 months ago. So let's go 2 months into the past and you know, like build it and stuff. How does that sound? Get ready for some crazy like time travel visual effects. Ooh, oh my God. I got my first 3D printer. I got the Ender 3, and I got 2 things of filament. A little bit about me. I am not really like a computer guy. Like I've never built my own computer. I know how to like work technology and stuff, but I've never like built my own computer or anything. I like to think that I'm pretty mechanically minded, and a lot of people say if you are kind of more mechanically minded, then this will be easy for you to put together. I know pretty much nothing about coding or anything like that. Anything else about me? I like pina coladas and long walks on the beach. Yeah, I'm a very beginner, very base beginner. So we're gonna see if me, a very base beginner, can put this together with relative ease. I have wanted a 3D printer for so long, dude, and I finally pulled the trigger on it, and we're just gonna build it. I'm probably gonna do it in time lapse. So I'm not really gonna give you guys like a step-by-step guide of like how I built the Ender 3 because there's other videos out there and that's not really what this video is about. But this is kind of just me showing you like me going through the process. I did actually end up watching a video, and like I said, I've never built like a computer or anything, and I was able to put this thing together with relative ease. So this part of getting into 3D printing was, for me at least, actually pretty easy. So that took me a little over an hour, probably 2-ish, maybe. I think we were ready to power it on. Putting it together was kind of, if we're being honest, it was kind of a process. The parts aren't really labeled very well. What I meant by that was that in the instructions it would say like connect the so-and-so part to the so-and-so part, and none of them were like labeled like that. So you didn't really know what piece was what. Me as a beginner didn't really know what piece was what, so I did have to end up watching a video and it kind of showed you what piece was what piece. So yeah, if you're going based off the instructions, it's probably better just to watch a video of someone who put it together. Filament's loaded. I'm going to plug this in, power it on. Yes, sir. Yes, I have this on like the wobbliest table known to mankind, by the way. So after I was able to build it and like get it to turn on and everything, I tried to get the first print off, and when it actually started printing, there was a bit of excitement. Ooh, she's printing. Here we go. Okay. All right, things are coming out. Ooh. Ooh, I think it's perfect. I think I leveled it perfect, dog. Oh, I'm so excited. Why does it say 6 days? Is that really gonna take 6 days? No, what? 7 days? What? I don't know what that means. We'll see what happens. I don't even know what it is. I don't even know what's printing right now. I'm excited. Well, I'll come back if there's any updates. Unfortunately, the day after that, when I went to go look at the print, there was a problem that happened. When I was putting this together, the Z-axis, when it was printing, which is this bar right here that goes up and down, while it was printing, it wasn't going up and down. It was just kind of printing, and it printed everything flat and sideways, which is not what you want. And I kind of tinkered around with stuff, and what I ended up finding out was that the Z-axis pole, or whatever it's called back here, which is the little screw part that kind of turns to help the Z-axis raise and lower, it was kind of just like screwed on too tight. If this works, what I did to fix my problem was I just kind of loosened the 2 bolts that are in the little silver cylinder that holds the rod. I loosened them up a bit, tightened the bottom one, and then barely tightened the top one. And it seems to be working fine. That, and loosened up the wheels a little bit. So everything is level, all that. Let's print, and we'll see what happens. And after that successful print, this is what came out. This was like the already preloaded like test print or whatever. It's this little cat, and as you can see, the detail on it is actually pretty great. You can see the little like hairs and stuff. You see the lettering on the sign and everything. And yeah, this was the first successful print that I had. So the actual like building and getting it to work was actually relatively easy in my opinion. Luckily nowadays, in the days of the internet, there are so many videos and forums and like you know, Reddit threads of if you have a question, you can easily find the answer. It does help if you familiarize yourself with the names of the parts. So if there's a part that's not behaving properly, you're able to look up what is going on with it. Now, in terms of the software, I was using Cura, and as you can see, I'm printing out this little Lego skeleton guy, which is right here. He was printed in a white PLA filament, and I painted the eyes and the mouth black and everything. This is the first thing that I printed that I used the 3D software for. Honestly, the software, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it took a bit of a learning curve. I had to look up a lot of stuff to figure out how to use it, but after just like a couple days of like messing around with it, I was able to figure out the settings and everything and get a print off like this. And honestly, downloading the files and stuff is really easy. You just go to Thingiverse, you go to whatever website has the file. The file that you actually download is an STL file. You download that, you just load that into Cura, mess with some of the settings, get it the size that you want and everything. And then you load it on this little micro SD card, and it comes with a micro SD card reader. So you put this in here, you load on the G code onto here, and then load it in there, and then it prints it for you. I know it may sound like a lot, and like I said, I'm not really going too much in depth with certain things in this video, but I just want you to know that with that stuff, it is also pretty easy once you look up videos, once you read some stuff, and once you mess around with it for a couple days. It's relatively easy to learn. And now I'm actually printing. I don't know if you guys have ever played Catan, but now I'm actually printing, I'm actually working on printing and painting these 3D Catan tiles, and they're going very, very well. These were all free files on Thingiverse that I was able to find. And you can kind of hear they have magnets in them, so they like magnetically connect to each other. There's actually a lot more of them over here. There's only 5 of them. I think there's like 4 of these, 4 of these, 4 of these, and then 3 of these too, I think, or something like that. And there's a bunch of other pieces that I'm printing for it as well. I have also printed these Amazing Spider-Man 2 web shooters, which came out pretty great. I've printed this Amazing Spider-Man 1 web shooter, and then this part pops off, and it's just like the shooter that you use for the suit, but this is like the watch cover for it, which I think is pretty cool. And I've even started printing Sokka's sword from Avatar: The Last Airbender. This is a project that I haven't worked on in a while, I'm not gonna lie to you, but this is like the hilt piece with the handle, and then on the end there's a little white lotus right there. Now, even after like 2 months of just messing around with stuff, I would say I'm an intermediate 3D printer, which is very interesting. There's been problems that I've had to troubleshoot and things I've had to fix and tweak with the printer. I've actually recently had a problem where I tried to print another one of the Amazing Spider-Man 1 web shooters, and there was just horrible like stringing problems with it, and I'm trying to troubleshoot that right now. I've changed the temperature settings and everything. What I think it is this filament. Ender, please don't get mad at me. Creality, please don't get mad at me. But I'm using like the Ender brand, and I mean, I've messed with every other setting. I've tried to like fix like the extruder and stuff like that. I think this filament, I think there's just something weird with it to where it's very stringy. I don't know, man. I used this other brand, Overture PLA. It's the white one that I used for this guy, and for all the Catan tiles I printed with this filament, and there was like no stringing. And then as soon as I switched over to this one, there was a lot of stringing, and like the parts aren't coming out great. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna say it's Ender's fault, but I am saying that when I was using a different brand filament, it was working great. But the point is that is a problem that I'm fixing right now. And I'm confident I am gonna be able to fix it because of the knowledge I was able to learn. So yeah, overall, if you want to get into 3D printing, it's genuinely not that hard. Like I said in the beginning, I didn't know anything, and now I know a lot. And it's only been, what, 2 months? Maybe not even, like month and a half. And the Ender 3, it's only like 180 bucks, which I know not everyone has 180 bucks, but you can save up and 180 bucks and buy a printer and like a $20 filament. And I've literally printed like an entire 3D Catan set and a bunch of other things with just one roll of filament. So yeah, if you want to get into 3D printing, but you're kind of intimidated by it, I gotta say, I agree with everyone else. It's not that hard to get into. So get into it. It's really fun. I'm making cool stuff. I'd suggest it. 10 out of 10. It's a fun hobby. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say for this video. Get into 3D printing. Just do it. Thanks for watching the video. If you guys like the video, make sure you guys like the video. If you like me, make sure you guys subscribe. Like I said, I didn't really write anything for this video, so hopefully it wasn't too all over the place. I promise the next one will be more planned. And the light keeps changing because the sun keeps coming out and going away. Let's just end the video. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.